to lead things off. The starter at second base. Senior from Albany, Georgia, who actually started out her career here at Auburn and now in her first year at South Carolina. Dropping down the bunt, and it's a good one. Wow. Brian aboard to start things off.
I mean, this is as beautiful as it gets. And Denver Bryant off the end of the bat, which just absolutely deadens this ball, and then the speed. Not even a throw. That's a way to lead off your team, lead off this game.
They're facing Aspen Wesley in the circle for the Bulldogs. 5th year out of Philadelphia, Mississippi. 2-time SEC Player of the Week. More small ball. And the sacrifice to move Bryant over, 1 down. The numbers on Aspen set the single season record this year. Opponents hit just a .197 against her in league play.
It's that off speed, just such a great job of mixing speeds. And honestly, it's not just a changeup. The off speed has movement. She can throw the ball at so many different miles per hour.
Zoe Leno.
Well, one of the big keys for her, as you see that changeup you talk about, she'll spin the rise balls, right? So she throws the changeup in various parts of the zone, but only 33 walks on the year, and that's really the key. She's going to be mid-60s. She can mix any count, any location, and then because of that, she can expand the zone. And she has given a lot of big hitting teams fits. Georgia last week.
Brian Crochet behind the plate. Chris Neighbors at first base. Smokey Eds at third. Boys in blue tonight. Right away, an RBI opportunity for Carolina. Coach Bev Smith said Zoe's been getting some really good swings lately. Another team with a lot of seniors, a lot of experience. Sends that one out in the gap and back and off the wall out in left center. Bryant racing around and heading for home. And she will dive in safe. RBI double for Leno.
Didn't see a whole lot of offense this last game until that 14th inning, and South Carolina does it perfectly. Lead off single, bunts her over, and how about this? Almost leaving the yard, coming over out of the box to reach this and hit it into left center field. I love, though, the base running of Denver Bryant. She tags up in case it's going to be caught. Watch her tag up and then take the read and do a beautiful job of coming in to score. Not an easy time because it came off the wall quick. Perfect job of reading that.
Well executed for South Carolina to jump in front. Here's Jen Cummings. Skies that out to left. Briley St. Clair is there. 2 down. That was the first hit for Leno off of Wesley. She was 0 for 7 when they saw each other earlier this year. Mississippi State taking 2 of 3, and they shut out South Carolina twice. Only allowed 3 runs in the series, so this is a quick strike here for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and I think that was a miss by Wesley. That was a 1-2 pitch that probably should have been out of the zone even just a little bit more and leaked back in. And Taryn Mowat, I think, was a big reason why Wesley's having the year that she is. You talk about the best changeup in the game. Yeah. Spinner. Won herself a national championship with Arizona. And really was a big reason why Ole Miss,
yeah,
right, did such a great job, and then went on to Arizona and is now here at Mississippi State and has really implemented the off speed and the changeup for this pitching staff.
Here's Anaya Black.
What if we've learned anything from today? It's that the changeup reigns queen. You want to miss bats?
Well, it's interesting. We always used to say at the Women's College World Series, the team that had the probably best opportunity to win was a pitcher that had a really good changeup, right? If you look at some of the pitchers, again, Washington, Danielle Laurie, right? An amazing changeup. There are just so many through the years that have used that pitch effectively. Keilani Ricketts was outstanding, but she also had a very good changeup, even though a lot of people view it as power. Right there, one of the best. You knew it was coming, but you still couldn't hit it.
Tennessee in 2007.
Keilani Ricketts' sister, now the head coach.
That's right.
Mississippi State. It's all in the family.
That's right.
5 years for Samantha, their first 500 SEC season since 2007. Huge turnaround for them. After missing out on the NCAAs a year ago. Talk about a roller coaster. 2 years ago, they stunned Florida State in the regionals, hosted a super, and then Arizona went in there and knocked them off. Full count to Black. Off the glove of Barbary, and that's going to score another run. In her last 8 games, and here comes Kiana Jones. Transfer from North Carolina. Prior to that, a couple of years at Minnesota, so now on her 3rd program.
Can I just say, though, how much I love that the replay reviews happen so quickly in the SEC, that the way that they do it
100%.
will soon probably be the norm across the country.
Let's hope. Three hits in the inning here for South Carolina. 2 runs in. It's still a very hot and humid evening here in Auburn. In foul territory, that's playable, and almost a collision as Madison Kennedy holds on for the 3rd out.
Starter, but talking to Bev Smith, she said she wants to try to buy a few outs, buy a couple of innings with Jory Hurd, reduce some of the looks of people going through the lineup against Alana Vodder. So they're going to say that this young sophomore can do it for them. Give them a couple of different looks, give them a couple of different innings before they bring in Vodder in the 2nd.
All right, interesting to note. So it is Jory with a 2-0 lead now.
She's going to be in the mid-60s. She's aggressive on that inner half of the plate, and she will throw that changeup often. Vodder's a lot of down and off, so it's a good mix. A lot of fastball, curveball, rise ball.
Sierra Sacco leading things off for Mississippi State, the transfer from Louisiana Tech. And Madison Kennedy, the leader in slugs, as well as home runs in SEC play, in that number 3 spot, the first baseman for State. This is high, 3-2. Pops it up. Bryant is there. Come down. Nadia Barbary coming up.
Denver Bryant, always such a spark plug. She was last year for Auburn, this year as well for South Carolina. Just a lot of energy, always dancing over there at 2nd or 3rd. Had that great lead off to start last inning. You got to have one of those on the field somewhere.
Well, just keeps it light. I mean, why do you play the game? You want to have fun.
Yeah, and that's it. And she's talking to her outfield. She's talking to her team, and you got to have that.
Already head to toe in dirt. That's a good day.
Barbary sends that out to Blampede in center. 2 down.
Bev calls her the thermostat, which I like because she mentioned spark plug, but she's like, really, she sets the whole temperature. So if she's hot and feeling it, that's how we are. If she's cold and quiet, then the rest of the team goes that way. But I like that, the thermostat.
Oh, and they make the defensive adjustment here. The infield all slides to their left with Madison Kennedy coming up, a pull hitter.
Well, Denver's on the grass. You don't see that very often.
Trying to bust out of a slump. Just 1 for her last 20. And has the power to change a game.
Yeah, 16 home runs on the year. She's been a big reason why Mississippi State has been able to change the script.
See that front hip start to trigger. Makes that away pitch look a lot further away when you do that, but you look at her numbers in SEC play and she's at the top of the list in all the power categories.
We anticipate hearing about most of the awards and honors on Friday from the SEC, Player of the Year, Pitcher of the Year, etc. Swing and a miss. Well done for Jory Hurd. Yeah, it's been a terrific run this year for Mississippi State, moving on up to the middle of the pack in the SEC.
She credits the seniors for kind of carrying that frustration from last season into this year as a reminder for everyone, hey, we got to be better. They remember 2 years ago and they upset Florida State.
Here's Bree Warren for South Carolina, the junior from College Station, sitting over 300 in her last 8 games. They only scored 3 runs in 3 games during the regular season against Mississippi State. They already have opened up with a 2 spot here in the first inning. RBIs for Leno and Black. Winner gets Texas A&M in the nightcap tomorrow night. Aggies the 3 seed. Texas A&M and Florida, the other 2 teams that really made big leaps from what the preseason expectations were to where they finished. For the Aggies, Pitcher of the Year candidate Emily Kennedy. For Florida, the best offense in the SEC, perhaps the entire country. And take your pick possibly about players of the year from that Florida roster.
They all compete against each other.
Man, there's Bev Smith. Now in her 14th season.
You could argue a different player pretty much every day or every game that they play.
We'll see Florida tomorrow against Georgia. What could be a slugfest if it's anything like their regular season series in Athens that the Gators won.
You'd have to think that Georgia would go with Shelby Walters, right? She's the only pitcher they didn't throw for them.
Probably.
With a down ball.
Is it Keegan Rothrock, the freshman?
That's right.
For Florida.
Ava Brown, but probably Rothrock.
They've been blessed with some good, versatile pitching staffs over the years. It's a fool's errand to try and pick Tim's brain about who's going to start in these big postseason games.
You could have stopped that. It's a fool's brain to pick Tim's brain, period.
Strike out of Warren. 1 down.
Pitch on the outer half looks like a screwball. Going to get the lower outside edge. Wesley just painting the edges. First strikeout of the game with the screwball.
First for Aspen. And there's a base hit out to left for Desiderio. Already the 4th of the game for Carolina.
One thing Wesley's going to be is over the heart of the plate because she mixes speeds. She doesn't really mess around too much with the corners. So if you can pick a speed and pick it right,
she was
hittable.
Yeah, she was due. She's only 2 of her last 19 before that hit. Here's Brooke Blankenship, the shortstop in the 9 spot. First pitch swinging high and deep into the night. Sacco with plenty of room. 2 down. 7 hits in the previous 14 innings, just the 1 earned run, and tonight already a 2 spot up.
She silenced the Georgia Bats this last weekend, which was just a few days ago. Really kept them off balance. A lot of swing and miss.
Well, for these pitchers, the challenge to stay locked in on a very hot and sticky night, and you've been sitting around 2 hours longer than you thought you would because of the game prior. But there you see Aspen, that school record 9 wins in the league this year.
Denver Bryant was all over that last pitch.
Smashed back up the middle, and oh, is it held on to at second base? No, it's not. Edwards almost made a heck of a play to Hawkins.
I mean, this is a base hit. Kylie Edwards is like Superwoman flying out of the screen. You don't even see her. Comes up the middle, just getting to this, and then just rolls it over to Hawkins. If she could have just held on, that would have been the play of the night.
Oh, she had a clean look at it, too. Hit her in the hand.
Probably had time to make sure she got the throw up a little bit higher to Hawkins. Great effort. Wow.
Scored a base hit. That's 2 infield singles for Denver Bryant. And now Riley Blampede, who was called to sacrifice the first time up, gets to swing here with a runner on second.
Bev Smith talked about how locked in Riley is, and Beth, you mentioned how she leads the team in almost every offensive category, but Bev was saying, I mean, she's doing better now than she has all season, and that's with the numbers that she's had. She's the #1 center fielder as far as defensive runs saved in the SEC. Her defense has been that for the highlight reel.
269 on the season with runners in scoring position. Snap throw down to second.
3 balls, 1 strike.
South Carolina on the attack here early. Walked her. How about the Gamecocks against Mississippi State? A whole different ball game here tonight. And now Leno with the bases loaded. RBI double her first time up. One for 8 on the season with the bases loaded. And knocked down, and everybody's going to be safe, and a run will score. Desiderio comes in from third, and it's 3-0.
They ruled this a base hit, but this is definitely an error. And if you ask Madison Kennedy, it's a ball that she easily fields. She was almost going back to first base with her momentum, just pops in and out of the glove.
Well, and she's so deep. This is probably a play that needs to talk a little bit more with Hawkins, that potential
for a regional. They're right around a 20 RPI. Oof. And it comes inside and hits her, and another run will score. Bryant trots home.
pitch well on the box. Rise ball that just gets away from her.
So the hit by pitch scores another. Aya Black, the DP, is at the plate. 3 hits in the inning and 2 free passes. And for Aspen Wesley, her shortest appearance.
Illegal pitch.
Since March 16th, and an illegal pitch immediately called on Marin. First we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, a lot of the rule changes as of late. You don't see as many illegal pitches. You can disconnect from the ground. The back leg is off the pitching plate or pitching rubber. Sometimes that front foot will step off.
And for her, it's almost her heel because she kind of goes toe to heel.
Full count. Swing and a miss. The strikeout to end the inning, but 2 more up for South Carolina. Jill Smith, Jessica Mendoza, and our Hall of Fame reporter Holly Rowe. Mata Fa'apito, the DP from Temecula, California.
She has had a heck of a week.
Whew.
It's not been an everyday starter, and got a big start on senior day. Ended up with a huge home run.
Whoa. Looking for the gap and finds it. Back to the fence, she'll try for 2. The throw, safe at second base. Looked like the throw was going to beat her in there, and the tag by Blankenship, was it too high?
And she didn't slide.
Or did she miss her because she didn't slide?
Oh, nope, got there.
Ruling on the field is that the runner is safe at second base. South Carolina is challenging that ruling. The play is under further review.
Blankenship needed to be at the bag. I think that was the difference, because the throw beat her, but she's out almost like a first baseman would be, and then comes back instead of straddling the bag. She was out by a mile. Ends up being safe.
And they'll need video evidence to change that.
Yeah, see how far in front of the bag she is.
After further review, play is upheld. The runner is safe at second base. This is South Carolina's first challenge.
How about Mata, by the way? Doubling the gap. She has come on strong here at the end of her senior year. Sam Ricketts has talked about how much she's been a leader for this team off the bench, and now she's doing it with the bat.
Yeah. This is only her 19th game. And that is her 5th hit of the season. They'll lift her here for a pinch runner. She can re-enter. So Paige Cook will come up. Morgan Bernardini is the runner now out at second.
Nice curveball in the outer half by Hurd. She throws about 23% curveballs, fastballs on the corners, and if she can expand that zone with the curveball, she's going to make her life a lot easier on her.
Again, Holly Rose report at the start of the game, South Carolina opting not to go with Elena Vaughter to start, but with Jory Hurd to see if they could steal a couple of innings, maybe even one time through the batting order. And that's knocked down, a hard shot, scooped up at second, and they're going to get, or at short, and they're going to get Cook. Bernardini over to third base with one out. It's as good as a sack.
That's a great job by Blankenship to not give up on this. Knocked down by Hurd, ball smashed right back up the middle, but really good job by Blankenship to pick that up. Almost throw on the run as she comes across.
There is Vaughter gearing up.
The best in the SEC.
Oppo Wesolowski, and that's going to drop, and a run will score. Stand-up double to get State on the board.
I love first pitch swinging. Haven't seen a whole lot of it at all today, and this is usually going to be the best pitch. It's a changeup hanging high. Exactly what she was sitting. You know when you're late on a changeup that that's the pitch that you were sitting on. A beautiful effort. Kiana Jones out in right field. Gets State on the board.
Now a chance to have the deficit. And instead of Briley St. Clair, they're going to go to a pinch hitter before she even gets up the first time. Jessie Blaine. Blaine, a 328 hitter as opposed to St. Clair, a 247 hitter. You also get a righty-righty situation here. For 5 this season as a pinch hitter. Hurd misses high.
Well, the biggest is the power. She's got 6 home runs versus 0 from St. Clair, who's more of a base hit hitter.
Numbers way up this season. Coming inside for the strikeout. 2 down. Second for Jory.
Nice pitch on the inner half. That ball just continues to ride in on the hands.
Anytime you can get a hitter to fall to her back knee, that's a good thing for a pitcher.
100%. That is a big cut.
So here's Kylie Edwards.
Unless, of course, it's Francesca Anea.
Oh, that's true. You know what? That is a
hit
great
home runs
point.
off her back knee.
Yeah, back knee was just on the ground permanently.
Assistant coach now with the Gators.
Yes, going into the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
in Gainesville. Is she the? Did she swing it more rise at the eyes than you did, Jess? Is that?
Yeah, I would say she holds that record.
She the only one? Yeah.
Well, they looked like they were at her knees, but when her knee was on the ground, it was
true.
at her eyes. So
She got to where it was. She was underneath it.
she was one of the first that would take a pitch from high to higher and bash it out of the
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why you swing at them. You hit enough of them out. That's all you think you're going to do every time you swing at it.
Great hitter.
And she didn't get cheated.
No.
No check swings for Fran.
I don't think you ever got cheated either, Jessica Mendoza.
Fly ball out to left. That'll do it, but a run up for Mississippi State. RBI double. More in the second, and here they come in the third. Kiana Jones steps in here, 6, 7, 8 coming up. Couple of defensive changes. Blaine stays in the game and will catch now for Mississippi State. And Bernardini, the pinch runner, stays as well. She's out and left. Chopped to short. Tough play for Edwards, and she makes it. One down.
I've seen Kylie Edwards just cover some ground, diving up the middle back in the first inning, and then here all her momentum going towards third, a dot over to first to get the out.
Jones, a hot shot to second. Hawkins takes it on the bobble. 2 down.
Going off some glove work. I like it, the middles. That ball was ripped.
Nothing like 3 pitches and 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah. Pitcher's dream.
Yeah.
Oh, nice play at third
Okay,
with the scoop.
getting the D in.
Pitched 11 1/3 innings in the Mississippi State series during the regular season. Got touched up for 5 earned runs. Salen Hawkins to start things off.
Elena Vaughter brings a lot of leadership, but also that World Series experience. Part of that huge staff. Got Stanford to the World Series last year.
Right back to Vaughter. 1 down. Holly Rowe, what you got for us?
Well, Vaughter has been a great addition to this South Carolina team. I was talking to Bev Smith about her earlier tonight, and she said her maturity has been unbelievable. She's just a grown-up in the circle. She has unbelievable command, put with that pinpoint accuracy. But the thing she's enjoyed the most is she said you should just see these duels she gets into throughout the course of the weekend, how she attacks hitters differently, how she changes, how she plays a chess match with people. She said it has been an absolute joy to coach her.
I think one of the best things that she does, a lot of pitchers have a hard time adjusting to, is she's okay pitching to contact. She has a ton of confidence in her defense. She doesn't get a lot of swing and miss. She just has that hard drop ball, and she'll locate it so well. And she attacks right there, being able to pinpoint accuracy. And she's not trying to overpower and get a miss. She's trying to pitch to miss your barrel and use her defense. 16% ground ball rate.
Yeah, 60, just 40 in the air. And that's over the head of the right fielder, Jones, and sprinting into second base is Sacco. A double with 1 out.
Sacco going to capitalize on a 0-2 pitch well. Vatter's well ahead. Just going to punch that over the head of Jones.
And Jones got turned the wrong way. Otherwise, I think she catches this, the drop step the right way. Hit hard, though.
3 hits now for State, all of them doubles. And here's Barbary. Just made the nice play at third. Off speed, just missed. 15 and 11 on the season for Elena. Sub 2 ERA. That's going to be fair down the line at third. The throw in time to get Barbary and Sacco over to third.
We've seen some really good defense both sides. Zoe Leno throwing off your front foot with accuracy and getting rid of it quick. You see the ball transfer, doesn't even take a long time. To be able to be quick and accurate is a must.
Here's Madison Kennedy, and now power versus power. One for 5 with runners in scoring position so far tonight.
Vatter's drop ball still a little bit elevated. Mid-thigh.
Another good play at third by Zoe. Side retired. Holly will chat with Ben.
Home internet. Here with Coach Bev Smith of South Carolina. And Coach, you guys had to sit around for so long today, but then you came out and had a really quick couple of innings, get some runs on the board. How did you adjust so quickly?
Yeah, we left the hotel today at 5:15, so got warm. They had a good time in the indoor, but we were ready to start. So I'm pleased that they started fast.
Jory Hurd gave you a couple of really good innings. What are you proud of about how she started this for you?
That she was attacking, right? She went in, she threw strikes, she was attacking, and she's done that for us all season long.
You've already chased one pitcher. How are your hitters also attacking?
Well, I think they're doing a great job, and I think we had some good barrels. So the nice thing is we've seen Mississippi State, and I think we came in feeling prepared.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. 4-1. Carolina on 6 hits. Zoe Leno with 2 RBIs already. And she may get up again this inning. I'll start with Brooke Blankenship in the 9 spot. Flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. Gets a hold of one out to deep center and on the run. The catch is made by Sacco. 1 down.
She was shallow, too. A long way to catch that. It's when you know you have a good outfielders, when you have the confidence to play shallow, because you can get things that are hit over your head.
Here's Denver Bryant now already the 3rd time up in 4 innings. She has singled twice and scored twice. Just what you ask of your leadoff hitter.
She just looks ready to hit. It's the bat wiggle up in front of the batter's box. She just wants to get close to the pitcher.
And snagged by Edwards at short. The throw not in time. Edwards able to leg it out. That's her 3rd infield single of the night.
And I love to watch her run, too, just the way she gets down the baseline. You can just see that she has just got every inch of her body working to get down that line. But again, really good defensive looks from both of these clubs. Edwards laying out for this up the middle. It's a little bit slow getting out. It's a competitive play against a fast base runner.
Have the drag bunt, and then kind of had Edwards' number. She keeps hitting it to her, getting dive all over.
Hasn't had a ball leave the dirt, and yet standing on first base every time. She only had 2 infield hits all year, and now 3 in a row.
Well, to her credit, those are both hits that I think leave the infield if there's another shortstop. Edwards has done a great job stopping them.
Here's Blampede. Riley sends one out to deep center. Back to the track and room for Sacco. Bryant's going to tag from first and make it to second.
Her base running this game has been so impressive. She scored that first run on a great read on a fly ball. Who tags from first base on a ball hit to right center field? A beautiful read. And she catches Sierra Sacco off guard, but I mean, you just don't see this unless it's behind you. That's the rule of thumb. Foul territory, maybe. Barely gets in there. I love it.
And just to your point, the fact that she knew that that ball was going to be caught, you know, she wasn't halfway down the line. You know, some base runners that can't really read that, is especially when the center fielder's going back hard. Just a great opportunity to put herself in scoring position.
Give Leno another chance.
Yeah.
Edwards deep in the hole, snags that, and makes the play. Side retired, but Denver Bryant made it fun to watch. On a couple, right, of U.S. national teams this summer. Heather Tarr, the head coach for the United States.
It's smart for them to have 2 national teams, too. I mean, we could have 12 and still win a ton of games. That's how much talent there is in this country.
Trying to keep as many people involved.
Well, and the beauty of it, as good as Elena Vottor is right now, her prime doesn't come for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And guess that's when the Olympics are going to be in Los Angeles. So for a lot of these college players, they are going to be at the height.
Here's Fapito, 4, 5, and 6. 2 up.
Oh my God.
Boy, is she on fire.
She is.
I'm so happy for her, because watching the games this last weekend, they had Samoan Day, Senior Day. She had so much family there. And you guys, she hasn't played in her career a whole time. You talked about this is the 6th hit of the season. And probably the only single. I mean, she's hit home runs and doubles. And it's one of those things, like, you pay your dues. You're there for your team. She's been a leader off the bench, and now you can tell how happy her team is for her succeeding right now.
2 for 2 tonight, a single and a double. And a run scored.
And the ball just explodes off her bat.
Yes.
Here's Paige Cook. Run was actually scored by her pinch runner, Bernardini, so Fapito will stay in the game and run for herself here. Cook rounded to short. Back in the second. That'll back up the shortstop, Blankenship. Turning 2 at Denver. 2 down on the double play ball.
Love the way this ball is hit up to Blankenship and Bryant. Her footwork is just so good, and then a rifle over to first base to Black. Typical 6-4-3 double play, and Vottor, she loves it. She rolls ground balls. That is what she wants to do, and with great middles like that, Jess, it's amazing.
31st double play.
Yeah.
That they've rolled.
Get it 2 ball is what they like to say.
Mississippi State is challenging that ruling on the field is under further review.
And when you got Vottor in the circle, you're going to see a lot of 2 balls.
So a challenge here from Mississippi State.
Ooh.
I think she hit the middle of the bag instead of the front.
Yes, she did.
After
Right
review,
there.
the ruling on the field is upheld.
Yeah.
The runner is out at first base.
If she would have hit the front of the bag, she probably would have been a little closer, but her foot comes down over the top of the bag.
Gosh, these are so cool.
Boy, great job by the review. Woo!
I mean,
Good job, good job.
Great job.
quick and accurate.
Here's Wesolowski Started out as the catcher, stays in the game as the DP. Bryant back, and it's off her glove.
She's my favorite player. I've just loved watching her play. I know she drops this, but I mean, come on, she's in right field to get to this. Just off her glove, and then immediately says, "That's my bad."
Almost wanted her to see her give way there to Kiana. She may have hurt herself while turning the double play. She was stretching out her leg after the DP, and it appeared to be limping going back for that ball. She's been all out. You see the dirt all over the jersey.
3 for 3.
Here she goes stretching again.
That hammy.
Jessie Blaine. Oh. That sent something on top of the dugout flying.
Yes, it did. Quick reacts, too.
Mm-hmm.
Misses inside, 2-1.
Now 2-1.
Three and one. Foul.
Yeah, we're seeing more actually balls in the air against Votto than what we're used to. Definitely ground balls mixed in, but Smitty, you called it kind of early. She seems to be elevating that drop ball, which is her primary pitch. And all these swings are trying to get underneath the drop, so that's why they're hitting it in the air.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons, you know, she keeps the ball in the park, only 10 home runs given up, but in danger when that drop ball is elevated.
Well, that's what you're looking, anytime you're going up against a drop ball pitcher as a hitter, you're looking up in the zone. So you don't want to chase anything knee below.
Full count, 2 outs. Wetzlowski will be on a move at first.
Great battle right now from Jessie Blaine, who came off the bench to pinch hit before Briley St. Clair even got a chance to hit. She struck out on a pitch inside. I'm surprised Votto has not gone back to that.
That's 3-2.
Blaine, this one's in play. Bryant, good cover at second. And gets the third out.
Had such a fun run the last couple of weeks. What have you seen in her bat that has you believing in her right now?
I think she's just up there trying to team at bats and just doing everything she can for this team. There's something special when you get those fifth-year seniors that just really locked in, and it's been fun to see her just give everything she has, every at bat and every chance down the stretch here for us.
Elena Vaughter comes in. She's so well known for her drop ball. How have your hitters really been able to get under that and get some good contact?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps that we saw them a few weeks ago and just kind of knowing and trying to prepare for it. But she's a great pitcher, and she's going to continue to mix. She can put it up, she can down, and mix speeds as well. So I think we have to continue to make sure that we're attacking within our plan and swing at the right pitch.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, she talked about Matafa Pito, and how about have yourself a last good for you games. And this one, a double in the gap back in the second inning, immediately helping get a run on the board. She comes around the score, and then a single in the fourth. Swinging early and count, and just the opportunities that she's had. I love the way Sam Ricketts lit up just talking about her and what she's meant to this team. First to 18 games, 4 hits. She's had 2 tonight.
Her teammates back to work. Josie Marin has retired 7 of the last 8 she has faced. And after South Carolina scored 4 in the first 2 innings, they come up empty in the third and fourth. They still lead it 4-1. Winner into the quarterfinals tomorrow night against Texas A&M. Four, 5, and 6 here for the Gamecocks.
Josie doing a good job. Mississippi State has only given up that 1 hit to Bryant. Been efficient with her pitching, no free passes.
Tired 7 of the last 8 batters she's faced.
Pitch count of just 23 pitches.
That was after Aspen Wesley was pulled in just over an inning's work. Waits on the off speed and drops it over the head of Edwards for a base hit.
It's impossible to get a hit past Edwards, man. You got to find the right spot. She's been all over the infield, and in this one, even a bit in the outfield. The fact that she even makes this close is impressive. A little bit out front, just kind of muscles this out. But watch Edwards. Oh, man. Great effort.
Kai Ricks is the pinch runner over at first base now. And it's Anaya Black, an RBI single in the first, struck out in the second. That gets away from Blaine and headed for third. The throw in time and sliding in safely is Ricks.
Super aggressive, going all the way to third. The throw coming from behind. I love the slide to the back of the bag.
Ooh, was the arm down though?
I know. Oof. Ooh, oh, and then she slid past, but the foot was on.
No challenge.
No challenge, yeah.
Ooh. So going all the way from first to third on a, what was this, scored a pass ball, wild pitch.
That's 1-2.
Chance now for Anaya Black, nobody out. Here's the 1-2. Infield's in. Aggressive base running, a big part of the story here in the lead for South Carolina. And Black should be plenty deep. And that's going to drop. Extra bases for Black and a run will score. RBI double for Anaya, and she's driven in a pair tonight.
Two strikes. I love the approach. She struck out in her last at bat on a pitch that was in. Very much ready for it this time. Does a nice job keeping her hands inside the ball. Sky highs it, but enough oomph to reach the warning track.
That brings in the pinch runner, Ricks, and it's 5-1.
Pinch runner checking in at second base for the Gamecocks, number 44.
Kiana Jones goes small ball, dropping down the bunt, safe at first. On the corners with nobody out, and now in a rundown between first and second, trying to get that run in from third. And Mississippi State will play it and hold them where they are.
South Carolina just being super aggressive. Jones is going to put this down, beats this out, and then immediately is looking for that secondary play. Throw a little bit offline. Kennedy makes the reach for it. You gotta love the way that South Carolina likes to stir things up.
Bree Warren. Struck out looking at a screwball back in the second.
And that's Jones's first bunt base hit of the season.
And from the right side.
I mean, they're doing everything here. Swing and a miss. The runner will go. The throw is cut off, and that will chase Jones back to first base again.
Coach is saying that Jones was supposed to go all the way through. You try to read that as a runner. It's hard to tell at times if the second baseman's going to cut that or not.
Be surprised if they don't try to go again, knowing what the plan is for State.
Hit and run was on there for Jones at first.
You good? Yeah.
Fly ball out to right on the run. The catch is made. Throw to the plate, not in time. Another run scores. 6-1 South Carolina.
Sacrifice fly. They actually had the runner at first. Watch how far off she is. Doesn't even get back. She could have thrown it right to first base. Easily would have had an out versus throwing it home where they did not have a play.
So Sellers, the pinch runner, comes in to score. The sac fly from Bree Warren for the first out. Foul ball down the line. Single, scored a run in the second for Julia.
Jess, going back to the point you just made, yeah, she was so far off, but that's part of the reason why South Carolina was trying to get her to second, steal her to second, take away the potential double play to end the inning.
Full count. Ball four.
On to bat. Number 4, Brooke Blankenship.
Approaching the record for runs scored by a seed this low. So Sierra Sacco is getting ready. Chop to third, they'll go to second and get a force out there, and it's back to runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Number 2, Denver Bryant.
And it's back to Denver Bryant, 3 for 3. 3 singles, all in the infield, 2 runs scored.
She's been up every inning of this game except the third, which was 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. 4th time up. Senior from Albany, Georgia, grew up playing baseball. Lashes that out to center, over the head of Sacco and all the way to the wall. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in on the overthrow. Bryant to third base.
Denver Bryant, have yourself a game.
Yes.
I mean, she's been outstanding. She has had 3 hits that haven't left the infield, much because of Edwards' great play at shortstop. But here she's going to get a pitch that is elevated, and she just tattoos it in the front of the box, looking for that drop ball elevated, and just drives that deep to the wall. 2 more big runs on the board now for South Carolina, and they're in striking distance of trying to shorten this game, which is also important in a tournament where
Carolina's MO, man. 2 years. They've done a lot of upsets. They played their best softball here in the SEC tournament. And it's like a new life. Everything starts over.
Delaney Everett is the new pitcher for Mississippi State. Riley Blampede is the 8th to the batter's box this inning.
freshman, a little over 22 innings of work, just the 6 walks, lefty. Some good velo, near 70 miles an hour.
Full count. Another 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short, takes a high hop to Edwards, who makes the play to first. The top to face Elena Vaughter. In for a strike.
After Edwards, Vaughter would be going second time through the lineup. Really want to see her work that drop ball at the knees a little bit lower through the zone. A couple of the hits that she has given up have just been just slightly elevated.
Strategy for Bev Smith may just work out. Vaughter didn't come on until the third inning. Jory Hurd getting the start tonight. They were one run away from putting Mississippi State into run rule territory. That's the only thing that could have been even better for them. But hoping to get out of here without Vaughter having to throw too much, keep her fresh if they advance to face Texas A&M tomorrow. All these teams playing today would have to win 4 games in 4 days for the title. And for South Carolina offensively, 8 of the 9 have reached base. And there's a strikeout for Vaughter, 1 down.
Vaughter going underneath the hands. This pitch is just nasty, so it's riding down and underneath the hands. Edwards tries to hold up, but unable to.
Mississippi State at the end of March actually was trailing Florida by 6 runs, and they scored 7 in 1 inning to rally to win that game. It has happened. That's all. I'm just putting that out there. Through the 5-6 hole. Back to the top of the order. Sacco doubled in the third, popped up back in the first. Two and one.
Hey, here we go, 2-9.
Stays away from it, 3 and 1.
Nice pitch. 3-1 count and get the changeup.
Confidence that she has in that pitch, too. Same tunnel as the drop.
Ball 4. So now Vaughter running into a little trouble here. Nadia Barbary, 0 for 2.
This is kind of difference this inning from the prior innings for Vaughter. She's much more pitch to contact, just attacking hitters with strikes. Now she's a little bit more peripheral around the zone. State doing a good job at being patient.
Heard out of the Mississippi State dugout, past the bat, trying to chip away. A single for Hawkins and a walk for Sacco.
And you got your 3-4 hitters on deck and in the hole.
In foul territory and room for Leno to make the catch. 2 down.
Another nice pitch, starting to really rely on that changeup. Gets Barbary to get underneath that.
Now the home run hitting Kennedy. Enjoying the tunes tonight.
Yeah, she took another minute just to soak it in. Singing the song you see as she gets in the batter's box.
Tried to check it.
Bat's been quiet in this one, though. Struck out in the changeup in the first inning. Ground out in the third.
That is tattooed way back and gone. 3-run home run, Madison Kennedy. And Mississippi State's back in business.
Kennedy's first pitch was a changeup, and just that one, she just attacks, sitting hard.
Second home run off of Vaughter this season. Seeing her really big. She kind of starts with that super open stance, but gets quiet with her front foot. On time right there. Elevated pitch. You don't see many of those from Vaughter. This is why you don't see many of those.
Yeah, just
out against her.
11th home run of the year that Vaughter has given up, but that's absolutely, as you said, Jess, elevated drop ball. I'm actually surprised they didn't come back with another changeup, because Kennedy was definitely fooled first pitch changeup. Come back with a second one, but dump it in the dirt. And then come underneath the hands.
So after the 4-run inning from South Carolina, 3 up from State. Here's Fabito, 2 for 2 tonight.
'17th home run of the year for Kennedy. She's right up there with Kearney.
Yep.
UGA. I mean, there were some talk about possibly SEC Player of the Year. Could she be in the running? I think if, I don't know, maybe if Mississippi State was a little higher, is that a possibility? I don't know. UGA, same thing. with Kearney. I think it's going to be one of the Florida kids.
Yeah.
But she's up there numbers, second in the SEC in OPS, so not just the home runs, but high on base with the slug.
Having a heck of a year. Ball 4.
Second walk of the inning for Vaughter. She hasn't been getting some of the calls, too. You can see she's a little bit frustrated,
Number 6, Paige Cook.
but not as precise as she was when she first came in. 10 balls to 14 strikes. That's not the numbers she would want.
A couple of hits in the inning, a couple of walks. And here's Paige Cook. Couple of ground outs, one into a double play.
Saw how light it was out when they got here.
Pushed deep into the night and heading towards the wee hours of the morning because we had 2 14-inning games today. Unheard of.
We haven't, well, I'm not even going to say it. That's what's coming tomorrow.
Oof. We got 4 games on the schedule. There is supposed to be some inclement weather in the area.
Here we go.
For the record, we got into our post-game meal before this game started as well.
And then we had a hamburger.
Not just the teams.
There's always that fine line, like, when's your last coffee?
Sliced foul just outside the line.
For Beth, it should be like not afternoon.
Usually it is not afternoon. On game days, I may give it a go before the first game of a doubleheader.
Okay.
Maybe, you know, sneak in a couple of sips of a soda. But I'm trying, you know, got to drink a lot of water on days like today. Stay hydrated. Oop. Vampito will stay put. You know, just relaxing and enjoying the softball today. Not scheduled for 4, we played 6.
Exactly.
If you wanted a lot of softball, that's what we got. And you know what? I'd rather see days like this than, you know, when you're delayed and late because of weather and it's stop and go. It's just been nonstop softball.
Putting in the earpiece there, the comms system that teams are allowed to use this year for their pitch calling, also to align their defense. Two to Cook. Got her out in front. A cast of hundreds. Our amazing crew that has provided all the sights and sounds for you all day long.
Literally all day long.
All day long, all night long. Thrilled to be a part of our coverage on the road to the Women's College World Series. I believe we've been told that if you're looking for bat and ball, looking for baseball or softball, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
We're the only game left in town.
I'd hope so. But I don't know why you weren't here all day anyway.
Exactly. Quite frankly, make up for it by being here all day tomorrow.
There we go.
4 more games for you.
And a quadruple header.
It has all the World Series feels, too. So many games, all the teams, the emotions, too. I mean, it gets elevated here. We saw that from the first game this morning, how important these wins are for what's going to happen Sunday night in the selection show. Because you know the selection committee's up right now.
Oh, they're watching. We're keeping an eye on things. That's Jaden Burney, the new right fielder. Swing and a miss. Leno goes down. Holly?
We have seen a lot of aggressive, go-for-it type of play from South Carolina tonight, and they get that kind of fearless spirit from their head coach, Bev Smith. In November, she actually had a very unique experience. Colonel Schwedo took a group of civilians to go skydiving with the Army Golden Knight Elite Skydiving Squad. Yes, that's Bev on top with the helmet on. On the bottom. She is having the time of her life. She has got such a fun attitude, was willing to try anything. She said it was a really wonderful experience, and she was grateful for the Colonel to take her and a bunch of other civilians to have that very unique experience.
I have met them, the Golden Knights, at a Fort Bragg.
Living her best life is Bev Smith.
That is seriously skydiving.
Eight times to the NCAA tournament. She's number 2 all time at South Carolina in wins. Cummings drove in a run by getting hit by a pitch in the 2nd, and then she singled, and her pinch runner scored in the 5th. The 2nd, Hawkins, 2 down. Here's Anaya Black. RBI single in the 1st, RBI double in the 5th. Senior from Chauncey, Georgia, doing her job. Bev Smith said we need clutch ABs from Anaya. We need her to produce RBIs. She's done that.
You look at the production in this game alone. Runs have scored and RBIs 1 through 9.
Yeah, everybody's been able to produce.
South Carolina, I mean, you talk about them and when they get their wins, they have their success. It's the pitching that you're usually talking about. If they can get their offense going the way they've shown tonight, this is going to be a tough team to beat, not just here in the SEC tournament, but when they're in the postseason.
Kind of showed tonight what they can do. Those doubles, 63 on the year coming into today's game. I'm not going to always bash it out of the park, not as many home runs, but you're right, Jess, when they can roll ground balls, play clean defense, because they have had some issues with errors this year, 59 on the year, but they do turn the double plays because of the ground balls they can roll. You put all that together, it is a recipe for some good success through the postseason.
And Holly talked about too, you know, how tired, this team can get as you get later in the game. That's why I think Denver Bryant's been so huge for South Carolina. The energy that she brought from pitch one and the defensive plays.
4 for 4
sets the tone.
Totally.
Got out of the gate quickly with a pair of runs in the first, 2 more for Elena Vaughter in the circle. Six, 7, 8 due up. Wesolowski's 2 for 2, a double and a single. Mississippi State getting 1 in the second and then 3 in the 5th. To tighten things up a bit after they almost got run ruled in that 5th inning. Slow roller. Bryant getting on the grass. 1 down.
She's the MVP of this game, at least so far. The bat, glove. I think she hurt her hamstring on one of those plays, but she doesn't show it in the defense. She plays deep. She plays a deep second base. She's on the grass, able to take away this hit. You don't see many second basemen off their front foot running in to first to throw the ball.
Here's Jessie Blaine.
Yeah, and it's pretty impressive too that Bryant can do that playing second base, because she's also played some third base, which is completely different positioning. Reacts versus range.
I feel like you could throw her behind the plate. You could put her in the circle. She just competes. She figured it out.
Just a competitive skill set.
Vaughter throwing that changeup a little bit higher now too. You can tell she's a little bit frustrated with that last pitch. She wants most of her pitches about knee to below, between the drop and the change. And then occasionally might mix in that rise ball.
And she can throw a curveball and a screwball. I'm surprised she doesn't use those a little bit more to try to expand the strike zone.
Two count here after walking a pair the last inning. Bryant. 2 down. Lexi Sosa going to be the pinch hitter here.
Up to bat, number 7, Lexi Sosa.
Three for 12 on the season for Lexi. Also has been in the circle for 12 appearances. Trying to make up ground on South Carolina. The most runs for the Gamecocks since March 30th. They beat Ole Miss 8-3. Vaughter gets her low, 0-2.
She's one of those pitchers, Vaughter, that takes pretty much almost the whole 20 seconds between pitches. She goes out of the circle, comes back in. You see that big, deep breath. She's got that routine.
And her pre-motion is interesting as well because she drops her arm down to the side, so she really will show you her grip, which I'm surprised she hasn't changed that a little bit to try to hide her grips.
Pick all her pitches. I think the biggest thing is it's not a secret what she throws. Maybe at least knowing if the off speed's coming. So many teams know, okay, we're going to see a lot of pitches down, but have a hard time adjusting to it.
And I think the most important thing is that when you do show your grip, you can throw multiple pitches off the same grip, but it limits you to be able to really throw an effective rise ball or a curve ball where you're tucking a knuckle. And so those are the little things that you have to adapt and change to as your career gets longer, the more people see you.
And I think as Votter continues to play internationally, that'll be the biggest thing.
Yes, 100%.
She'll need that rise ball, and as you know, Smitty, all the teams, especially Australia, they're great at picking pitches.
Outside the bag, foul.
And that's when it's in your glove.
Yeah, exactly.
They find all the tendencies.
Yeah.
Well, even though she didn't get the start, they have now forced her to start throwing more pitches. Texas A&M likes that. Count goes full. Sosa to short, backs up Blankenship. It's got time, a 1-2-3 inning. South Carolina semifinals Friday, the championship game Saturday evening. And then the NCAA tournament selection show and special 2 hours of coverage Sunday night at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Top of the 7th. Carolina up 8-4. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Here's Kiana Jones. Jones does not hold up. 2-2. Been a nice outing so far, Delaney Everett.
She retired all 4 hitters she's faced. A couple of strikeouts. And that rise ball, a lot of pop on it. 68 miles an hour going the top of the zone. She throws about 46% of her pitches as curveballs, but then she'll elevate 37% of the time. That rise ball really jumpy at the top, coming from that left side. She's got a rise chase rate over 41%, which is impressive.
Here's Bree Warren. Strikeout, a ground out, and then a sacrifice fly in that big 4-run 5th inning, when they brought 8 to the plate. Oh, 2. Last chance for Mississippi State in the bottom half of the inning will be 9 and then the top of the order. 3 strikeouts in a row for Everett. 2 down.
Up to bat, number 7, Julia Desiderio.
Here's Julia Desiderio. To short. Edwards. 1, 2, 3, 7 in a row retired. And Elena Vaughter
Number 47,
trying to close it out.
Hawkins.
9-1-2 due up. The only damage against Vaughter, the 3-run home run from Madison Kennedy in the 5th. They need a base runner to get Kennedy back to the plate one more time. Hawkins, good charge by Blankenship, 1 down.
Some really good infield defense on both sides.
I'd like to see that late in the season. Good, clean defense, picking up the plays. Always the routine play, right? That's what the coaches talk about. But we've seen some phenomenal defensive plays, dives.
But you're right, it's that routine. You know, that many groundouts. You just saw Vaughter's 10. She didn't even start this game. And all turned into outs.
A strike to Sierra Sacco. Doubled in the 3rd and then walked and scored in the 5th. Sacco golfs that one out to right on the run, and making the catch is Jones. 2 down and 1 out away now for South Carolina.
Up to bat, number 20,
Aquana Brownlee will be the pinch hitter here. Senior from Houston, Mississippi. .310 on the season for Brownlee. Out in front of the change, 0-1.
A few seniors coming off the bench, getting some opportunities. Sam Ricketts talks so much about the senior class, how important they've been. Kind of seen the progression the last 2 years, the success 2 years ago, the disappointment and frustration last season.
Out in front again, 1-2. Down to their final strike. Strikeout to end the ball game. South Carolina wins it 8-4 and advances. So Sierra Sacco is getting ready. Chop to third, they'll go to second and get a force out there, and it's back to runners on the corners with 2 outs. And it's back to Denver Bryant, 3 for 3, 3 singles, all in the infield, 2 runs scored.
She's been up every inning of this game except the third, which was 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. 4th time up. Senior from Albany, Georgia, grew up playing baseball. Lashes that out to center, over the head of Sacco and all the way to the wall. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in on the overthrow. Bryant to third base.
Denver Bryant, have yourself a game. I mean, she's been outstanding. She has had 3 hits that haven't left the infield, much because of Edwards' great play at shortstop. But here she's going to get a pitch that is elevated, and she just tattoos it in the front of the box, looking for that drop ball elevated, and just drives that deep to the wall. 2 more big runs on the board now for South Carolina, and they're in striking distance of trying to shorten this game, which is also important in a tournament.